Hello everyone. So today I will cover the first module, which is the seal the deal with strategies and retaining your customer. Okay, so I hope you guys can enjoy this presentation. So today we will cover below topics. Okay, there are total 4 different topics. One is fundamentals of marketing. Second, closing deals. Third, food ethics and closing deals over the phone. The last one will be the retention marketing. So I believe all of you already have some basic knowledge about, like, for example, for fundamentals of marketing. But right now, I will still go through the basic of these fundamentals of marketing. Okay, so the first topic that we need to cover is fundamentals of marketing. So the areas that I will be covered is what is marketing, and then understand your target market and market segmentation, understand your consumer and customer, and then the last one we will need to cover is the marketing mix, which is the 4 Ps. Before I further proceed, let me further explain about the relationship of goals, tactics, and strategy to the marketing mix. Okay, first thing, we need to set our mission. A mission statement is the guiding principle for all business decisions and provides direction for planning. Okay, so it's like, if let's say you are planning to do a business, the first thing that you need to do is set your mission, so that once you have your mission, next is to set the goals or objective. So objective established on a yearly basis and support the mission statement, which objective have to be aligned with your mission and statement. Okay, goals must be measurable and have a deadline as well. Once you set your goals, next will be strategies. Strategies are then developed to accomplish goals, and it reflects the method how we achieve the goal, like what we should do in order to achieve or hit the objective and goals. Lastly, tactics are then developed to accomplish the strategies. It has to be, it's something like it has to be get the things done, and then you will need to implement different types of strategies to achieve the goals and objective. So now I will go through what is marketing. So the marketing concept is the idea that a business should strive to satisfy customer needs and wants while generating a profit for the firm or business. So in here, customer satisfaction is very important. So repeat customer are the things that make the business successful. And the most important thing is the customer relationship management. If business don't make money, then a lot of people won't do it. So that's why in order to run a business, customers is very important, especially comes to customer satisfaction. Let me tell you more about the fundamental of marketing. So marketers realize that not every product can appeal to everyone. And marketers examine 2 key factors to define their market, like who is the people who are interested in their product and who can afford their product. Then we need to analyze all these elements, like who is the target market. A market is made up of people who share similar needs and wants and who have the ability to purchase the product. So in order to make a successful market or target market, right, you must meet these both criteria to be included. So now we need to identify what is consumer and customer. A product may have more than one target market. So let me use an example. Let's say you have to promote a low sugar cereal bars. I believe everyone here knows it's low sugar cereal bars. Okay. So in order to identify the consumer and customer, right? First thing, consumer will be definitely a children or youngster, but the customer will purchase the product will be the parents. So in order to target parents, you will use commercial or TV advertisement that advertise on TV to show how healthy of this cereal bar. And this TV advertisement especially can put during night hours, especially because parents will watch TV or watch the news after working hours. So in order to target children, you will use TV advertisement that focus on how cool is this cereal, the color of these cereal bars, and then how tasty can be shown from this TV advertisement. And advertise this commercial, advertise the TV advertisement on Saturday morning, because usually children will watch the cartoon on Saturday morning to attract the consumer, which is the children group of people, to ask their parents to purchase the product for them. So this is the difference between consumer and customer. Okay, next. The marketing mix includes 4 basic marketing strategies. We got 4. One is product, another one is place. Third, price. Fourth, last one is the promotion. Okay, so these are the tools that marketers use to influence their potential customers. So first is the product. So you have to decide what to make and sell to your target market, included your features, benefits, your packaging, your brand, and name. Okay. Next, second will be the place. Deal with how and where a product will be distributed, like your target location, which you think which the best place to promote your product is like crucial to identify the best location. Then third is the price. Price is what is exchanged for the product. Okay. And then it's like reflect what a customer is willing and able to pay. Last one will be the promotion. Refer to a decision about advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and publicity. It's something like how you want to market and promote your product to your target audiences. Move to target market and market segmentation. So let me further elaborate what is market segmentation. Market segmentation is the process of classifying customer by needs and wants. The main goal is to identify the group of people who are most likely to become customers. This specific group is known as a target market. Okay, so all marketing strategies are directed towards the target market, which this helps to provide the focus of your marketing campaign. Marketing must develop a clear target market before developing a marketing strategy. So in conclusion, it's like you need to know who is your target market before you come out your marketing strategy. Market segmentation is the process of identifying a target market by dividing the market into segments according to customer needs and characteristics. Basically, you take a target market and break into the smaller markets group. This process is done so that marketers can sell their product or services more effectively. Next. So just now I'm talking about the target segmentation. Now, remember just now we did like explain about the market segmentation, and we have the target market. To develop a clear picture of the target market, business create customer profile list of information about the target market. So when it comes to my target market, you can have different group of elements. One is age, income level, ethnic group, ethnic background, occupation, attitude. Attitude is something like your consumer behavior. Like for example, some people may like to eat, have a better lifestyle, or always to go out eat look for good food. So they are considered a lifestyle kind of people. So this is their consumer behavior. So comes to lifestyle also is based on their audience's lifestyle. And then last one will be the geographical location. So you have to understand all these characteristics to allow you to make a better choice. So for example, comes to, let's say I take a product like cereal bar, you need to know, for example, you know that your consumer is children, but the one who purchased the cereal bar will be most likely his parents. So we can target those people, parents, like age is for under 30 to 50 plus. Then we can have, we have to know out their income level. Maybe we have to identify the occupation, then somehow their consumer behavior. Like they are family centric, and then they will care about their children. These are all the things that we can look into. Okay, next. So the key to marketing and selling is to know your customer. Means you have to understand your customer well. You have to know what is cool in order to continually reach to your audiences. So remember that not all the customer or clients are the same. So we have to use different methods to reach your different type of customer, because each of the customer will have their own different purchase behavior and also their preference. Different preference. So why do marketers use market segmentation? Because it's very costly to target all the groups. Like we can't simply target everyone, because each of the audiences have their own preference. So we must find a group of consumers who have a clear competitive advantage and use research to determine if the cost of development are effective or not. So like specific, the information that allow you to know your customer, like based on their purchase behavior, buying behavior, consumer behavior, their values, their thoughts, their fashion interests, and etc. There are 4 different key factors that marketers use to determine how to segment a market. So one is demographic, second, geographic variables, third, psychographic variables, fourth, buying behavior. Demographic here refers to a statistic that describe a population in terms of personal characteristics such as below, like age. Age is part under demographic. It's like we can target youngster, we can target parents, okay? So we can even target like elderly also can. Then identify the gender, their occupation, education, income, and then marital status. Newlywed, which just get married, or we can target those people is being a parent to promote the product or services. And then the ethnic background as well. All this is part under demographic. Second will be psychographic, which involve grouping people with similar lifestyle, as well as share their attitudes, values, and opinions. So for example, we can identify based on their latest diet trend, like environmental concerns as well. Third will be the geographic. Refer to segmenting customer based on where they live. Like for example, I would like to target people who just staying in Klang Valley. So because we all know that Klang Valley population is very high, first thing, and then their behavior of spending money is different with others location. For example, those rural areas like maybe other states. For example, Kelantan, different states will have different populations, and then the way that they spend money is different. And then last one will be the behavioral bias, which is accounting for the type of shopping they prefer. For example, do you think that your product, most likely most of people will buy from online or in-store, online e-commerce store as well. So another thing that you need to factor in is the safety issue concerning identity. The next topic that we need to cover will be the closing the deal. So basically, the first topic is just a basic, let you guys know the basic of the fundamentals of marketing. Okay, so now I will move to second topic, which is the closing the deal. Okay, there are total 3 different areas that I will need to cover under this topic. First, we'll let you know what is selling. And then second will be your sales presentation. It's something like a way to create a positive impression to your potential buyer and clients. So last one will be the closing the meetings and following up with your potential leads. Before I go ahead to know what is selling, right, I'll let you guys understand what is the closing a deal. It's a commitment to buy or purchase your product and services. So just now I'm talking is what is closing a deal. Now is what is selling. So this is what understand what customer are trying to want, and then helping them to make buying decisions they consider sensible. Here is the buying process. Okay, so first stage is the unawareness. Your potential client are unaware what are you selling or promoting. They don't understand your product or services in the first stage. They are not totally being aware about this. So come to second stage is awareness. A lot of marketing strategy can create awareness. You can do online and offline marketing, for example, and then you can have word of mouth from your group of target audience to create awareness to target your potential customer. The stage will be interest. After creating awareness, potential client will have to start the interest to engage your services or purchase your product. As since you already created awareness, definitely your potential group of people is like start to have the interest to further know or understand your product and services. The fourth stage is the active interest. Means those potential clients are having higher intention to engage your services and purchase your product. Making this will be quite successful because they already have the interest, they are keen to purchase your product. That's why the chances that make a successful sales is very, very high. Then the last stage will be the purchase that you have successfully is like going to close the deal. Potential customer become your new customer. Before close the deal, first step is to meet the potential buyer. Here are the few steps that you can follow. Like first, listen to them. listen to your potential client, like understand their requirement and their preference, done your research and be prepared. Know what you want to know and avoid war stories, like try to avoid those lengthy conversation. And then last but not least, follow up with any contact that has been discussed earlier. In this slide, I will let you know how to win a sales or close a deal. There are 3 different important elements. One is knowledge, skills. Last one will be attitude. First is knowledge. As a service provider, you need to know who is your potential client or the actual end user as well as the client that you need to meet today. You can find out usually where is your potential client getting their services, getting to know who is your currently servicing them. You need to find out who is your current service provider that is servicing your potential leads. Better to understand how strong is the competition and what are the changes that has taking place. Second is skills. You need to know how to research the buyer, the competition, and the market to be able to match suitable product and services to do different target markets and to target your different potential leads as well. And then you need to know the buying process that work for each client or maybe the each of the different buyers, because this time I mentioned that different consumer will have different behavior. So that's why you have to come up with different buying process to target those people. Lastly is the attitude. In order to close a deal, you need to be positive. Having a positive mind is very important. So come along with, you need to be determined, self-motivated, able to get along with people, open-minded and flexible, be confident and fearless. So basically here are the 3 elements that are important. I recap. First is knowledge, second is skills, third will be the attitude. Move on to effective sales presentation. In this slide, I will cover how to do effective sales presentation. There are a few steps I will cover at the following slide. So first is to prepare for the presentation. Find out who am I going to meet, and like, for example, you can get the client name and his company name correctly. And then you have to identify what are the messages that you want to deliver, what are the product and services that you need to sell to them. And then are they relevant to the buyer? Means here you have to ensure the slide or the things that you prepare have to relevant to the buyers. And then we prepare like what are the questions that you need to answer. Also need to prepare the support material to get ready. Let's say when your potential is asking you some questions or you need to show them some quotation, then you need to be prepared. Then of course, like pricing plan also important. So that's why you need to be prepare your pricing plan, your package plan to be get ready. And then lastly is remember the meeting is try not to be too lengthy, because people will start to feel bored after like 30 minutes onwards. People will feel bored, start to listening to the same thing that you are presenting to them. Okay. Then next, determine the purpose of the meeting, which is set your agenda. So first, of course, company introduction is needed. And then you have to introduce your product and service that you want to sell. And you have to gain feedback from the potential leads and customer to find out what and who is involved in the buying process. So for example, you have to know whether is your product will be purchased by the parents or even the children. Then next, to find out what's the next stage, like what are the next action that you needed to do to fulfill your potential needs requirement or maybe to answer their queries. So last one will be to close the sale. See whether what have you done earlier and what have you presented earlier. See whether you can successfully close the sales or not, or close the deal or not. By the end of the meeting, the buyer, which is the potential leads, needs to know who you are and what are you doing and what are you providing to them. And then why they should use your service. They will need to know your benefits and what are the solutions that you've provided to them, and then what to follow up and what are the things that is need to expect from you to fulfill or to help them to make this sales successful to be closed. So just now I have go through the first step, which is preparing for the presentation. Now, second step is the approach, which is your first impression. Personal presentation have to be well-groomed. This is very important and have to be well-mannered. So be relaxed, be confident, and be prepared with visual aids. For example, you have to prepare the slide, some samples, some images that are able to help you to go present to them, to your potential leads. You have to be organized as well. So be clear, set your agenda properly, control the meeting with questions, and use active listening. So overall, here is to deliver the message that the first impression is important. So that's why it have to be well prepared before the presentation. The third step is identify your customer needs. So knowing more about your customer, than your competitor will mean that everything you do will be better, directed to meet the customer need and result in a successful sale. So how you need to identify your customer need, like how you need to know your customer. So do research on your buyer or client before the meeting. Next, visit client website to get a good idea of the customer need. Read the buyer profile and prepare questions in advance before the meeting. The fourth step is the persuasive presentation. So aim to make what you say, make it understandable. Think about explanation and description. Make explanation thorough and precise, providing only appropriate level of detail. Just make sure the things that you present to your potential leads is clear and easy to understand by your potential customer or leads. Attractive. Explain the features. Benefit must be matched to the individual needs of the customer. Then credible. Why you think your product and service is suitable to the buyer or potential leads. You have to make yourself, you have to prepare the presentation is like more understandable, attractive, so that people won't feel bored about your presentation. Then credible. Next will be like how you hold and present your product. You speak volumes to the customer, and how about how it feels to your potential customer. It depends like how confident you telling your potential leads that your services and your product is good and able to build the trustworthiness to your potential leads and or potential consumer, then you make them to have the confidence to purchase your product. Then active listening. When buyer is answering your question, think about what your customer is saying and what services you offer them are relevant to them. So listen to their feedback and maybe listen to their queries and come up with a solution which is able to assist them or solve their problem by using your own product or services. Fifth is the handling objection. Objection occurred in every sales meeting. So don't be surprised, just be prepared. Buyer use objection to get you to talk about the specific of the product. Clarify points that not fully understand or adequately covered. And then consider both the positive and negative aspect of the effort. So for example, let's say you are presenting or promoting your services or product. So some potential customer will come back like telling them why I should buy your product. So you have to make your like clarify the points and explain to your potential leads what are the features, what are the benefits that they need to purchase your services and product to make them feel more confident to purchase the services. Then comes to dealing with the price objection. Know your product and why it's more or less expensive. Then you also can focus on the quality, performance, and enhanced benefit of your product. As long as you can able to explain and clarify to them how good is your services and how good is the product, then you have to be confident and able to explain to them, clarify to your potential leads why they need to purchase your product. And then they will have the confidence purchase the services, and you have successfully make the sales, close the deal. So the sixth is to be like method for closing. So before that, like just now you already have done your presentation, understand your clients, know your customers, know their problems. Then you have proposed a solution to them. But now it's time to closings to ask whether do they go ahead to buy your product or engage your services or not. So before the closing, you need to ask like, shall we go ahead, or do you interested to buy these services? Or you can ask, where shall we start? Or you can have different points, for example, command, like we can have this organized, or we get this started, or you may have a written confirmation to them and is asking them, it's like, okay, we are now proceed to the next step. We can move forward. Or the third method will be like assumption. It's something like, right, we seem to be agreed. Let me get the documentation settled and we can go on from there. It's something like, okay, let's say the buyer, the potential customer is like more likely to purchase your product or engage your service. Then you can tell them, I will send you a form, or I will prepare the quotation or invoice and send to them. Then from there onwards, you can have the services to be delivered as well. Then always close and always do it confidently and positively. So this is why I need to highlight that positive mind is very important. Lastly, don't let your leads get cold. So generally, the first contact should be in like writing in the email format within the first few weeks or first few days. So you can keep following up with your clients, their potential leads, to ask for the status and updates. So an email or letter should be the acknowledgement of your meeting and the subject discussed. Your prompt handling of requests for additional info will show potential clients that you value their time and provide quality customer service. So by doing or sending the email or acknowledgement to them, and at the same time providing some solution to them, you show your potential clients that you are very value their time, and then you are providing a very good service. You are helping your potential clients to solve their problem. You will able to help to make a successful sales and close the deal. I'm done for the second topic, which is the how to close a sales or how to close a deal. Okay, so I will move on to the third topic, which is how to close sales over the phone. The areas that I will need to cover is what is a sales phone call, and then why are sales phone call important, how to close a sales over the phone, and lastly, benefit of closing sales over the phone. So let me further elaborate what is a sales phone call. A sales phone call takes place when a salesperson decides to make a call to a prospective customer or client with the intention of making a sales. A salesperson may conduct all sales over the phone or use this strategy occasionally, depending on the customer or the organization itself. It may take multiple phone calls to persuade or like ask your potential customer to purchase the product or engage the services. So it's important to implement successful strategies for closing the sales via the phone. So next, I will go through is why are sales phone calls are so important. Sales phone calls are important because they allow salesperson to connect with prospective client easily. Salespeople who make calls don't have to travel to client meetings. Like they do not need to travel to client office to have the sales meeting, but somehow they can just make the meeting through the phone. And they have the opportunity to make calls from any location as well. Sales call can help salespeople follow an outline of the conversation. Maybe you can prepare the script. And here, through the script, you can explain or tell your potential list effectively about the product and services that your potential customer interested. I will go through is the how to close sales over the phone. I would think that this slide is very important because nowadays, I believe most of the meetings will go through either via phone, or via the online meetings. So first, address new prospect quickly. If you have a new prospect, call them quickly after you know that they are interested to your product and services. This ensures that they speak to someone about the product or services soon after learning about it. So remember, just now I did mention that there's a few different stages in the buying process. So first is the people that aren't aware about your product. But when it comes to awareness, then the third stage will be the interest. So when they have the interest, it's time to call them like quickly. Then like you have to keep following up with them, to telling them what are the benefits, what are the features of the new services and the product. So a high level of customer service, attention to details, and sales expertise that can impress a potential customer as well. Second, maintain a positive tone of voice. When conducting a voice call, your tone of voice is the main indicator of your attitude towards the client and the product. Since the client can't see your facial expressions, it's important to maintain a positive tone of voice. This can engage the client while ensuring they understand your attitude about the conversing with them. A positive tone of voice may leave the customer with good impression of the company and the product and also the salesperson. So in conclusion, it's like when you're talking to your potential list or potential customer, your positive tone is very important to leave a good impression to that potential list and good impression of the company as well. Third will be to specify your offer. To differentiate your product over the phone, it's important to specify your offer to meet the client's particular needs. Like you have to understand their needs and then their problem or queries. So for example, if I'm able to provide a variety of like packages, you customize your packages to your client, then you have to think out one of the package, come out a plan that you feel that is best suited to your prospective or potential clients. So after that, you can spend time over the phone, like talk to them and telling to your potential leads why you need to offer this plan to them. Like this plan or this package is good for them, giving them a reason why they need to purchase or engage these services from you. So this strategy may help clients feel understood, which could increase the chances of closing the sales. The fourth is the speak confidently. When trying to make a sales over the phone, speak confidently about the product and services. And then you have to speak confidently about the pricing that you're promoting as well. You might decide to stand while you might decide to stand while on the phone to increase your confidence. Another way to sound confident is to create a natural sounding script to follow as you progress through the call. So like, let's say you think you have no confidence about like promoting your product and talk through the phone, you can come a script. Then you can use that script while doing have the call with your potential leads. Additionally, it's important to have a wide range of knowledge, tell your potential about the features, the benefits of the product and services that you're selling. This knowledge naturally increase your confidence, build your trustworthiness to your potential leads when speaking to a new customer or speaking to a potential customer over the phone. And it may increase your ability to close a sales. Next will be the involve the prospect in the conversation. As you speak with the prospective client or customer over the phone, trying to engage them in of the product or services, or even let them to raise up their queries. This can encourage them to ask questions, specification about their needs, and express more about their budget of the product. Understand actually is the budget, is the price a concern? Engaging client in the conversation may help them feel involved in the overall process of the sales. This involvement may lead to successful in closing the sales. So next will be address customer objection. When you make a sales call, it's common for prospective customer to make objection about the product or service or about the presentation that you've done earlier. So rather than ignoring those objections, try to address them. This shows that your customer that asking you this kind of question, like bringing the objection, you can prove them confidently that this product and services that you are promoting is able to help them. So when it comes to, let's say you are handling those objections, you just need to show them what are the benefits and what are the features and the solution that you provide to them, able to help them to solve the problem. So responding to a question, objection, and inquiries about the product services may advance the negotiation in a positive direction. So of course, finally, when let's say you are able to successfully handle their objection, your potential customer will be happy, and definitely they will happy with the purchase, and you will able to close the sales successfully. So next will be explain the process of making a purchase. When a client shows interest in making purchase, you might describe the process of making the purchase. It's best for the client to understand the timelines that you needed to come out to make the sales, the process of making the sales, to ensure they are satisfied with the outcome. Additionally, understanding the timeline may help them to make the decision, may help the potential customer make the decision about, let's say they will know that, okay, this quotation or this price is valid maybe for a week or maybe for a month. So at least they will know they have how many days to make the decision, and more likely they will come back to you. Okay, I'm interested to your package or interested to your quotation. Why not we just go and like move on? Then it's like very important to let them know the process of making a successful purchase. Then lastly will be the adhere to your closing strategy. There are several closing strategies you may have to note when you are like promoting your product. First, learning more about your client and offering a specific plan to your client. However, if your objective for the phone call is to close the sale, it's important to adhere of the goal throughout the phone call. Like when you want to really make a successful sales or deal, close the deal, you just be positive and then adhere your objective to ensure your potential clients or leads is following you, and then they agree what you are promoting to them, understand the features and the benefit, so that they will like more likely to sign the package or engage your services with you. So adhering to this goal can help you guide the conversation. So there's some tips now. For example, you can use script to guide the overall conversation. Then jot down the important features and maybe the details of the product so that you can close the sale successfully. Then when you have done all the like presentation, we have prepared the script, telling them the product benefits and features, definitely be positive, and then just following your goals, then you can close the sales over the phone. So now I will go through benefit of learning how to close the sales over the phone. So definitely when you have the meeting via the phone with your potential leads and customer, you will save a lot of time, because when you have the sales meeting over the phone, you don't have to travel out of home or office to have that meeting. Saving time may allow you to conduct more meetings over the phones in your daily and weekly work. So it means that you no need to travel or commute to any offices or any other places. Then you just can use like, let's say you have the call on the phone, over the phone, then you have maybe one day you can have maybe 5 to 6 phone calls to make a successful sales via the phone, using the phone. Next will be like simplify the process. Rather than scheduling meeting with other people, you can easily schedule a phone meeting to begin the process of making a sales. Phone call simplify the process and make the sales more easier, which you can, since like you can have the sales call over the phone, you can do your work more efficiently and then simplify the process. It's something like you make the things more easier to do and then simplify all the overall tasks. So understand your performance. Making sales over the phone can help you track a performance metric easily. You might analyze a variety of metrics, such as the conversion rate, then the average length of a sales call, or the number of calls you make each day. For example, let's say you are following up with a potential lead, and then like you keep calling them in the first few days, you will need to have follow-up call with them. Then, or maybe you leave a message to them to ask how's their thought about the package, how's their thought about the quotation. Then from there onwards, you can know actually you need to take how long to convert a successful sales. Then you need to know how many calls that you need to call in order to make that successful sales. Last but not least is the ability to persist. One of the benefits is the ability to persist. When you rely on phone call to make sales, you may have increased ability to persistently reach out to a prospect. This can increase your chance of successfully closing sales, since you have more opportunity to talk to your clients. So basically, all for this is the benefit of learning how to close a sales over the phone. So this will be the final topic that I need to cover, which is customer retention. So there will be 4 different areas that we need to cover. First, what is customer retention? Second will be the why customer retention is important for business. Third, how to measure customer retention and know about their key metrics. The fourth will be improve customer retention with better customer service. Customer retention refer to a company ability to turn customer into repeat buyers and prevent them from switching to another competitor. So it indicates whether your product and the quality of your service acceptable by your existing customer or clients or not. So it's also the liability that a majority of your customers are repeatedly choosing to purchase your product or services, depending the relationship of the customer and then the relationship with your brand, which this helps to build a customer loyalty to your existing customer. So keeping your current customer happy is generally more cost-effective than acquiring new or first-time customer. So you don't need to spend big or spend more on marketing or doing more advertising campaign or sales reach in order to get customer, because by doing customer retention, you will save more than doing a marketing campaign or need to spend more advertising costs for getting a new client. So it's easier to turn existing customer into repeating one, since they already trust your brand from previous purchases or previously they already engaged your services. New customer, however, often require more convincing when it comes to an initial sale. Customer loyalty won't just give you repeat business. Loyal customers are more likely to give a free recommendation to their colleagues, friends, and families via word of mouth. So next will be to measure customer retention. We need to focus 3 different key metrics. One is customer retention rate, and second will be customer churn rate. Third one will be customer lifetime value. So for first one, customer retention rate, it measures the number of customers a company retain over a given period of time. So it expressed as a percentage of a company existing customer who remain loyal within that time frame. Okay. So second will be the customer churn rate. Let me define what is churn rate first. It's the percentage of customer lost during a period of time. So low intention rate or high churn rate could be a bad sign. Means that your client engage your package or engage your service for the first time, or they just purchase your product and didn't return to be purchase another product from you. This is a bad sign. They may signal that there's something wrong with your customer's experience, which maybe the overall customer experience didn't go well. But no worries, no panic. There are several changes that you can make the churn rate. You make the churn rate higher. So third one will be the customer lifetime value. It measures the total revenue that you can expect from a customer during their lifetime. It helps a business discover the most loyal customer. The longer a customer remain loyal to a company, the higher their lifetime value becomes. So basically, these are the three important key metrics, and you can use these three key metrics to determine how you want to do your retention. And then especially in low churn rate is the best, because when you have a high churn rate, people is more likely like purchase your product or engage your service for first time, then they will not continue to buy your product. Then you need more time, more energy to acquire a new sales or new customer. There are 6 customer retention strategy I will need to share over here. So first, deliver fast support. Ideally, the faster you reply your client will go hand in hand with faster resolution. But even at that moment, you can't reply to their queries, or let's say they WhatsApp you with some by telling you their problems or giving you some so-called queries or questions. But somehow at that moment, you may not free to reply them, but at least give them a short reply without hanging them. A quick reply can be a short message, letting the customer know that you have received their question. Better yet, provide them an estimation of the time that you can able to reply them or come out a solution to them, so that they will feel that my problem is being handled by someone else, or I have shared my queries or have shared my problems, and I need someone to help me to solve the problem or come out a plan or maybe a package that able to help me to solve my problem. Customers are more likely to wait if they know that you are actively working with them or working towards their solution. So setting a time frame expectation upfront will be help to make your client happy. So next, second one will be the personalized interaction. Customers feel frustrated when they have to explain an issue over and over again. So at hosting, repetitive interaction make your customer more likely to leave. Hence, it's good to use context to deliver personalized support interaction. Think of the best way to solve their problem. Simplify customer service workflow. So in order to make the things work smoothly, make sure to get the right support and make the support process easier for everyone. Everyone here is included the service providers and also the clients. Fourth will be the meet your customer where they are. We can offer omni-channel support to reach customer. Okay, before this, let me define what's the omni-channel support or customer service. Omni-channel customer service or support is a customer experience strategy that creates connected and consistent customer interaction across channels. It means going a step further and providing a consistent communication journey for your customer. So it's like, in a nutshell, it's something like you meet your clients, you can meet your customer or your existing clients using different methods, but you have to giving them a feel that you are using a more connected or consistent customer interaction using different methods or different channels to engage your current clients or customer. The fifth way is to gather customer feedback. One thing I need to highlight here is feedback is very important. So it's the most valuable tool that you have to use it to increase your customer retention and reduce the churn rates. If you want to know what is work and what isn't work for your customer, you can hear it straight from your customer feedback. Okay. The last method is to have incentive loyalty program. So we can have a loyalty program and reward the customer loyalty, which this is a good way to increase customer retention. Customer likely purchase your product or engage your services when it comes to brand, when it comes to their appreciate your brand or they appreciate you and give them reason to stick around. So strong incentive include loyalty program, for example, like discount codes or special offer, will more likely to give the customer to become your return customer. This will motivate customer to continue buying or engage your services. So in a nutshell, it's good to improve your customer retention with better customer service. Improve customer retention and building customer loyalty doesn't happen overnight. It will take time and effort to grow your relationship with your customers and learn their trust and build, in overall is to engage the clients and then build trustworthiness with them, build rapport with them. Exceptional end-to-end customer experience are the best way to earn customer trust. Provide a great service and make your customer life easier, and they're more likely to engage your services and more likely to like your brands and you recommend to others as well. Okay, so basically I'm done with my presentation. Thank you, everyone.